Welcome back to the second hour of KTN News Center. Now, the National Housing Corporation will this morning conduct an inspection tour of ongoing sewer lines in Makande Estate, Mombasa. The team will be led by the Managing Director, Andrew Saisi. Let us now speak to our reporter, Tobias Chanji, for much more. Tobias Chanji, kindly bring us up to date with what we expect this morning.
A very good morning, Brenda. One of the main basic needs for human beings, of course, is housing, and not only housing, but proper housing. Now we are here at Makande, where, as you can see behind me, these are houses that were constructed early 1970s, and as you can see now, they've stood the test of time, and that's why the National Housing Corporation, through the Managing Director, that's Andrew Saisi, giving an inspection here, especially concerning on matters sewer. Maybe to just join us and give us a brief of what the inspection entails. Welcome to our KTN News Live, sir. Just briefly tell us what is the inspection all about.
Thank you, Chanji. As you've been informed, my name is Andrew Saisi. I'm the National Housing Corporation. We're here at the Makande site, one of our many sites in Mombasa. We have 208 houses here, which are 8 blocks, and which are served by what other people may call septic tanks, but ordinarily we call them conservancies. These were not adequate for now for the population that we have here. And what we're seeing is a remedial action by the corporation just to improve on the sewer line and sanitation of this place, which usually gets a bit challenged during the rainy seasons and overflow from our neighbors and all that. But we want to maintain this to be a clean and safe to live in environment.
And are these houses safe for living? Because most of them are over even 4 decades that have been here.
That is a matter that we are looking into to consider the integrity, but so far we don't have any indications of to think otherwise, and we are trying to keep them as safe as we can. In any case, a building is supposed to last maybe 60 plus years. The question would be, is this the best way to utilize this space in these current times where the need for housing is growing day by day?
Yeah. And most of them are clocking near 60 years. Does it mean that then you'll have to construct other new houses, keeping in mind that most of the tenants that are also staying here, they've also lived here for the past 50 years?
Absolutely. The estate is old, that we wouldn't deny. With regard to the tenancy, this is a rental property owned by the public, and rental being what it is, it simply means that still remains a property of the public. The beneficiaries who have stayed here, they have benefited for it, and possibly some may have moved out. Others who will also be in need will come in. And what we're looking at is that do we restrict that benefit to a few select, or do we expand that to cover another or a larger number of Kenyans?
Apart from the septic tanks that you're saying and the sewer, maybe are you also considering other conditions? Like you can see most of the houses, they don't have enough paint.
Yes, absolutely. Now, let's put you into perspective, just a bit of history of this place. As a National Housing Corporation, we got possession of this estate as a debt swap from the local authorities, and that was in about 2011. Now, since then, we have tried to renovate the place. It was run down. The painting could be done, but however, we couldn't do it because of the roofing. And as you may have noticed, we have redone the roofing of all the blocks with the exception of one of them, which is right behind there. Then after the roofing part of it, we'll move on to the next stage, which is now the painting. Because if you just paint as it is now, we've realized that the paint will still be damaged, particularly on the faces, on the sides of the buildings that are facing the direction that we are in right now.
How many blocks are we talking about, and the families that are accommodated inside here?
We have 288 houses, and that's about on 8 blocks. and a number of shops as well. Of course, we've got some commercial spaces here as well. Now, if we take as an average of about 4 people per family, then we'll be looking at least at 1,200 to 1,000, even possibly depending on how large a family is, because most families are more than 4 people. So it could be anything between 1,004 to 1,000, even maybe 2,000 people.
So lastly, any timelines?
Yes, we're giving ourselves timelines in terms of the construction of this sewer line. We're hoping to have this concluded within October so that it runs. And as we speak, we have one right here, but we have 3 of them that we are doing. Initially, we had 7 conservancies. However, we're now digging, or rather we're now constructing 3 septic tanks, plus also the sock pits proper. And that should be able to adequately handle this. In fact, one of the sock pits will be really ideal for the entire estate, but we're building for the future. That's why we're doing the 3 extra numbers.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, that was Andrew Sais, who's the managing director, that's Kenya National Housing Corporation, just giving us assurances concerning the inspection that they're doing today, and when the sewer will be completed. Back to you in studio.
Right, thank you so much, Tobias Chenji, for that detailed report. Now let us cruise live to Elgeyo Marakwet, where